Hey guys, welcome to a brand new episode. Today we're talking about everything, a weekly update on all the things happening in some of the hottest projects in play to earn on the blockchain. So I thought there's so much happening. It'd be good to do a weekly coverage of just some of the changes, updates, the minor updates that are going on, and then obviously saving some videos for big updates, specifically just for those projects, because there's so much happening in this space at the moment. Right. Today I learned the meaning of 420. Apparently the angel number it has some significance in people's lives, so much so that someone bought an egg, which these eggs were priced at 100 dragon, which is about $4, and they have now, somebody's purchased it. The highest dragon egg been bought is for 40,000 dragon. What? Just because it didn't even have good stats. The egg didn't have good stats. It has had the number 420. People are placing a lot of value on these numbers, like 999 or 666. None of my numbers, but I don't really want to sell mine. I've just been acquiring. So if you were to part in this this event yesterday where they sold dragon eggs 777, then hopefully you got some eggs in the process, and these will hatch in minimum, well, the earliest one is in 21 days roughly, but we've given the stats, so people have been able to compare stats and see some of the people have had really high stats that they've been able to sell for quite a bit as well. My stats, my best one's at 21, but average seems to be 20. Above that seems to be really good. I've seen a 25 that was going for about, I think it was about 30,000. So I've managed to get one of each bar wood, and I'll be looking to acquire one. There's a black market for this. You can actually buy it. There's no marketplace, but you can buy it. There's a Telegram group, which is really good to find some in there. So that's where we're at in terms of that. We've got, as I say, 21 days on the minimum, but then a lot of eggs hatch at different days. There's no clue as to where, are the rarer ones, do they take longer to hatch? But I guess we'll find out in a quite a while. In DeFi pet news, we've had some big announcements on Facebook. So Facebook is probably the best place where they prefer to post their updates, just minor little snapshots, sneak peeks of things to come over any medium. So definitely make sure that you're signed up, joined to this group. We have, that's it, past message. They've prolonged the King Queen because they've had so many potential things, entries. So here we have, this is what I wanted to show you. This is top earning result of boss fighting testing. Please be patient with my DeFi pet team with love. Can you see these rewards? They're crazy. 10,101 DPET token for first place. Whoever's the top earner, 10,000? Or are these the earnings that they've made from the amount that is available? So 100,000, it looks like they'll do 100,000 DPET token per side. If this is just in testing, obviously some are going to have a chance to get a higher proportion, but we don't know anything about this. We just don't imagine coming first place and getting 10,100. That would be worth $60,000. $60,000 from a play to earn game. I'm really excited for when this comes in. It looks like it is coming soon. We know it's this month. So I reckon a week update. This is just an event for the weekend compensation. Yeah, so we had the update, the compensation of an event to be able to double XP. I've actually managed to get one account, the one that did get rolled back to 46, and I've still got 13 million using the method that I showed in my previous video, and we're looking pretty good in that. I've still got a bunch of pets to run through. It's just an absolute nightmare to go through this. There's no filter on it. It needs a filter. But yeah, getting closer and closer back to 51, which is good. So that's on the My DeFi Pet Dragon Wars front and the Cardia chain, and I suppose BSC as well. So if we switch over now to Mozilla Firefox, which is where I'm keeping all the other tabs. We have Block Creatures had a huge update today. They released their very first market. So now you are able to both transfer and trade on the market. There is a 10% tax on marketplace sales, which is good for the coin because obviously that goes back into their reward pool. We see these prices starting from 3 moolah for a common, a very low level, going all the way up to the highest one I saw was a mythic, 229.25. I think there's higher than that as well. Here's a mythic, 99 moolah for this mythic. Now, if you haven't got into this game and you want to look for a deal in some of these, I still think this is a game that is going to remain profitable for, a fair while, because the reward system is tailored to reward little at the beginning and a lot more as you build up. I am currently earning the majority of my play to earn money through this. So if you look at my creatures, I have mainly my rare and my epic are the ones, the big earners. Currently at 0.91 moolah if I train successfully. If you add all these up, take into account my rare as well, it works out as about 2 moolah. So moolah is currently valued at 25.35 cents. So if we take, let's say I earned 2 moolah after each one if I get them all perfect. So that's 2 times 25. I could just put 50 there. Times it by 3 times a day. Divided by 2 because you're probably going to win about 50% of the time. And that gives you $75. So $75 will be my earnings if I'm on average successful 50% of the time. So if you're thinking about picking one up, you've got to think about your returns. So if the price remains stable at $25, with a moolah rate of 0.7, roughly you're going to get 3.5 added on extra, probably 1.05 a day. So it'd take around about 60 days, less than 60 days to see a return on your investment of 60 moolah if you bought a legendary. Now, 2 things you've got to take into account is that the price might go down. The price also might go up though. And on the other side is moolah, the rate that you will win as you train, will only go up more and more. So you have to take that into account. It wouldn't, if the price remains stable, if the price remains stable, it wouldn't take 60 days to get your return. It would likely take a lot less. That moolah rate increases. I mean, if you look at this mythic, the moolah rate is 2.8. So how long would it take to get that investment? 4 is 10. 10 times 40. 40 would be 100. About 100 days, less than 100 days to see returns on the mythic. It has a huge boost though, so I don't think you'd see anywhere near 100 days because the moolah rate is only going to go up higher. With that boost, it's going to go up a lot higher. So yeah, you got to take those into account if you're going to buy on the market. Otherwise, you're going to still have to go for the mint. The mint is reasonably priced with it being only 5 moolah, and you do have that chance of maybe you'll get a godlike. There is a small chance. So that's what's happening in that. The hero, nothing massive happening in terms of updates, but on personal front, I have now got 61 out of the 66 cards. I still have my cow, and it's just the newer ones that I'm struggling to find, but I'm checking the trade market every day. You want to look for a value that is lower than the heroes that you're staking. Some of these I tried to go for 8 though, less than 8. Just if I'm acquiring them to boost up a character. My next acquisition is what I'm thinking about purchasing is these guys, 2 more goldens, and the reason why I'm thinking that is for NFT battling is having 2, having 3. Usually you battle in teams of 3 or 4, so maybe I need 1, but it's a big investment, so I'm still thinking on that. Plant versus Undead is dying in terms of your investments a day because it's getting more and more difficult to see any returns from your watering. Crows are next to impossible to find. You do obviously have to refresh every hour to see if it is your turn to be able to play on the server. Currently, I'm not allowed, so you refresh it every hour. Eventually, you'll get in. But when you do get in, I'm finding that a lot of the plants now are over 100. All you're looking for are people who have planted a new seed, and that plant, if you get in early, hasn't been watered that much. You can get in, and you only need to water like few. Under 25, and you smashed it. You've made a ton of PVU. I have my plant, which is giving out completed its first cycle, which paid out 920 PVU, and I'm just waiting to transfer that out. Next thing to talk about is I made a partnership with Block Ape Scissors, a new game that is coming out. It is in alpha. I think it comes out today. And so I'll be playing that tomorrow, just checking it out. It is very simple Block Ape Scissors, but it's take on rock paper scissors. But you can do it one-on-one, and you can do it in a like a poker table with multiple people and score points based on what other people choose. So I mean, this is an age-old game that has survived the test of time. I still play it with my wife to decide who makes the cup of tea. And there is a little bit of psychology to do it, judging patterns of what people go for and thinking about what the best next thing to go off based of their last move. They look like they're going to have a lot of extra things in terms of NFT cosmetics. They have kind of CryptoPunk NFTs coming out. They've actually making a personalized one for myself, which is like a Harry Potter version, Harry Potter ape. So I'm excited to see what that is. So here we go. So they look like, from what I heard, so I had to speak with the community manager or marketing manager, I think, and they asked a bit about the future of the project, and it looks like one that's got a lot of potential. It's not just this, they are actually looking to develop a game in future that is an RPG. So I like a project that has future things, like Crypto Blades obviously has Kingdom, Crypto Blade Kingdoms coming. And you just know that it's good investment, because to potentially getting in early could help you when it comes to that releasing. And those big games are the ones that have huge market caps. It already has a promising market cap at $33. They were so kind to give us an upfront of 5,250 tokens, which is a huge value. Great, considering obviously that I've gone from I've left my job and going to YouTube full time. So this is really helpful in salary. So this is just going to help me to do more research and stick around during the day to work on finding out new projects for you. So I'll be keeping you up to date with things like that. Another exciting project on the scene I found was Polka Monster, and that's looking really good in terms of investment. So it's kind of like, very much, if you played CryptoZone, it's very much similar to that. It's a risky one. I haven't done too much research into it. I just like the look of the characters and the way it worked. Inconsistent music there. Can we mute you, please? Thank you. But you have different rarities, and I like the designs of the pets. So they have a market, or you can purchase an egg. They're based on different rarities, and they have higher levels the more experience they gain. The more experience they gain, the more PKMON that you'll get, which is the token. And the token is steadily going down, but I think because the rewards are good, as long as you continually sell off, you'll see some progress within it. And get to the higher rarities, they're pretty good looking. They've definitely got obviously a similar theme to Pokemon. Some of them definitely stealing some kind of ideas. I mean, that's Gold Duck, right? For sure. So yeah, just a little fun, steady earner. I've made about $20, $25 a day playing this at the moment, which will only look to improve potentially with leveling my characters up. Oh, we are actually due to a fight, so you can pick the one that you want to go for. So this Venusaur is at level 2. So it has this little sequence, which doesn't actually reflect on whether you win or not, I don't think. It's just doing that whilst you're engaging with the transaction. So Venusaur lost his first battle. I mean, I got
3 Venusaurs, some pretty bad hatches, all level 1. But then I did get one beautiful level 2 rarity, named Brocas. Brocas. See there, so we got 43 XP, 344 PKMON. Got one more Venusaur. You can risk going for higher amounts. So like this is a 20% win rate. I like to go for the 60%. I feel like you get a good amount of experience and good success rate on it. So going for this is obviously very risky, but high reward. You also do get quite a lot of experience for, even if you fail. And then we have Brocas. And he is not making me a broke ass fool. Because watch. There you go. 720 PKMON. Good timing, Brocas. 45 EXP. So he's getting closer to leveling up to level 3 soon, which will be able to get even higher rewards. And they have a system where very much similar to Crypto Blades, where you can claim. I've got to wait for the next time. Okay, so there is a time. So I think they're trying to reduce the amount of people selling off by putting that system in. If we go to the token PKMON, so yeah, it has been steadily coming down. But if you follow the path of CryptoZune, it did a similar thing, and then it started to stabilize, I believe, and has, last time I looked at, no, not CryptoZoo. Why did things change at the last minute? That annoys me. CryptoZune, you can see, did exactly the same thing. We saw steady decrease and then an increase back and recovery. So potentially could show exactly the same course of action. I missed out on CryptoZune because I was a little bit wary of the project. You see, I bought and then quickly sold as I was uncertain. And then, I mean, I'm glad I sold because it tanked after that from where at the point I was. But at that point, quite a good time to get in. So maybe we're looking at being around here at the moment in not CryptoZoo. It's not a real thing. Pokemonster. We're looking to start to get down there. Maybe here's a good time to get in. But yeah, like I say, the steady returns look pretty nice. As you saw then, I just made 1,000 PKMON, which currently valued at $6.6, and you can battle every 3 hours. So you're getting in, quick maths, 8 battles a day if you're really on point about it. So 8 times 6 equals, slow math, 48. $48. It's really good earnings for the day. When you put that in combination with all the other things, I'm starting to get more and more way over. Dragonary. This is something I wanted to talk about the update regards to this. Dragonary is making really good moves in terms of their updates and have already paid out a lot of money to people who had purchased those early rare starter packs or young common packs. And I definitely recommend go and watch NFTGG. He has 3 rares, so he can give you an idea of how much your earnings are of that. I didn't purchase the packs because I went to purchase it and then went to play it on my Oculus for 2 hours, and then when I came back they were sold out. So missed out on that, but you can still make money. This is a very good project because it's free to play. So my window capture doesn't actually have it open, but it is open on my screen. Basically, you can merge dragons together. You get 3 dragons for free to begin with. They're the lowest rarity of commons, and they're not NFTs because they're not minted on the blockchain. So but as you start to breed them, you can develop stronger ones with better stats, and as the stats improve, the levels improve in rarity. The more you get of that higher rarity, it starts to up your account. Higher your account, the more your earnings are. So you right from the ground level. I think this project's still very early, so if you get in now, potentially you could see a lot of earnings in the future for free. It does require CYT to breed those, to take that into account. You might want to invest in some tokens to be able to get yourself started. So that's an exciting project. Breeding is ready, but requires CYT, and there's no current system to transfer from Coinery to your account, COA2. So my balance is 0, so I can't breed yet, but that is coming into play very quickly. And they're due to have a marketplace, I think, within the week as well. Crypto Blades, no updates there. I'm just steadily chipping away at getting those, taking advantage of the double XP. I'm not too concerned about the gas fees and the low earnings. You know, I've said this in my previous video. I believe in this project in the long term, so I'll keep you updated. Though they're just posting some teasers, so on their Discord channel, which now has an increased capacity. So hopefully some people have got in there. The Discord channel has just posted some teaser pictures of the new Hellborn types that are coming. Potentially we're going to see those in raids. I'm excited for that for sure. And that is pretty much everything in the crypto world that I've been looking at and have been looking at in the past. No updates anywhere else. Mist does have a sale coming, but ever since it was announced that they would have free avatars, the price does seem to have gone down, and I think in a reaction of people thinking, well, I don't need to buy this certain type. So I think this price of 13 cents is an absolute deal. I would definitely, if you're looking for an in-term investment, you know, do your own research. This is not financial advice, but a little bit of a step in the right direction. I think this is a very good project for you to seriously look at and consider at this price. It has had an all-time high of 3x that, so something to think about. BMARS, no changes there. They have changed all their images now. We have D&D, obviously waiting on the update in regards to the free-to-play or play-to-earn mechanics with a relic. Just still waiting on that. A couple of projects that I'm looking at. Chaincade. These are just new things on the DApp radar. My DeFi Legends. Farah, no changes there. Step Hero had their IDO, which went really well for them. I think it went from 0.10 to 1.5, so 15x already. These NFT projects, gaming projects, now their IDOs are doing really well. It looks like Seedify, which has some projects coming out, has done amazing recently. I think that's almost like 3x'd in price. So these are IDO platforms that can release, you know, the initial token offerings. Cryptomon, no updates there. Pokemon still we talked about. Revmon, no updates. Still very low price at 0.29. I think that's a very good, if you're thinking of a long-term investment as well in a year's time. That's going to be well over $1, I think, personally. Yeah. So as I say, like some of the other projects, Chaincade, I've been checking out. Might do a video on those if I see they're interesting, but just doing a bit more research, and we'll continue to do research on these things. Let me know how you've liked the format of doing a thorough look at across, you know, some of the up and coming and out there play to earn games at the moment, and I'll do my best to keep you informed of any changes. Obviously in the next week, of any big updates. I'm expecting big things in the next 2 weeks for sure. Definitely in my DeFi pet front, so look out for that. Okay, that's all for this one. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed it. If you have, please leave a like on the video. Hit subscribe if you want to keep up to date with future content. That is all from me. See you guys soon.